Well, welcome to this Sports Showcase event on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison. We're at Fallston High School. It's the Fallston Cougars hosting the North Harford Hawks in a non-division basketball game. Bob McCone, my partner tonight, we're looking at two teams. North Harford coming in with 6 straight losses. They opened the season with 2 wins and 1 loss. They really hit on hard times recently. Fallston, a team that's also looking for a rebound, for a win. They're coming in at 5-3. Fallston, a very balanced team. North Harford, a team that relies on basically 2 players.
Yeah, it's a sort of a very contrasting game. Fallston, led by their big player, Aiden Robinson, 6'6" kid who's plays more like maybe a shooting guard, left-handed kid, pretty talented. On the one side, and then the 2 kids, the Brady, Jason Brady on the one hand, and Mason Harvey on the other hand from North Harford. Brady's averaging 19 point something, and Harvey is like 17.7, but then it drops off to 3.3 for everybody else.
Yeah.
And, so those other 3 kids, they have to defend, they have to rebounds, they have to not turn the ball over. And then they hope they can keep the game in a low-scoring game, because they're not getting a lot of points other than from those, from Jason and Mason.
We talked about North Harford 2-7 coming in. We talked about that win against Aberdeen. Bill Jones, the coach, he's been around forever. He's coached for 37 years at various places. The last 2 here at North Harford, by the way, his alma mater, graduated there in '87. He reminded me that your old team, Aberdeen, the last time North Harford defeated Aberdeen before this year was 1983, Bob, when you were still coaching there.
Yeah,
Tell me about that game.
Well, thank you for reminding me. That was the last time that North Harford had an outstanding team that year. I mean, a very, very good basketball team. That team was well coached. We ended up being tied at the end of the year for the Harford County title, and we beat them once, they beat us once, and then I think we both lost one other game in the county, and I give North Harford that year all of the credit. They had a very good team that year.
Now, I'm not really good at math. 1983 to 2025, that's a lot of years. They finally defeated Aberdeen to begin this season. Things looked good. They then defeated Joppatown after a loss, so they were 2-1. Now 6 straight losses, including being blown out by Bow Manor 70-50 earlier this week. What do you do if you're Bill Jones to try to get this team back on track?
Well, my first smart answer is, I don't know. Like I said, once the other teams start to scout you and see what you can do, and realize that you really are depending on 2 people for scoring, well, then you start attacking those 2 people when they have the ball and try to make them give the basketball up. And now that you have a shot clock, you have to get the ball up in a certain period of time. So it becomes very, very difficult.
Bob, you talk about Fallston. Mike Griffin, who was an Edgewood High graduate back in '97.
Excellent player.
They won the state title with Bob Slagle. He was all-state, all-metro, and he's got 2 of his sons playing for him here at Fallston now, and really is building a program at Cougarland.
His one son is going to be a very, very, well, both sons are good players.
Yeah.
But I think the youngest son has a chance of being a very, very good player.
Really, yeah.
So, we will see.
Mike Griffin Jr., who is the junior, and then the other young man you're talking about, Jordan Griffin, who is a freshman. Those are the 2 Griffin boys playing for the Fallston Cougars. We'll give you the rest of that starting lineup in just a moment. I think they're going to announce the starting lineup, they said, but instead I think we're going to honor our country with the national anthem. right, just about ready to go here. We'll give you the starting lineups for North Harford. Jason Brady, the senior guard. Charlie Hunter, number 2, is a junior. He is also a guard. 3 is Justin Franklin, a freshman at guard position. And then Mason Harvey, the young man Bob talked about, along with Jason Brady. Mason Harvey is a senior at forward. And Brad Halstead is senior at forward as well. Looks like now they will be announcing the starting lineup. And so they'll repeat what we just said, Bob, I think. Here is Jason Brady, Bob, the young man you talked about. Plays like a guard, built like a center.
Yeah, he's an up and down point guard.
By the way, Charlie Hunter, he's the son of Chuck Hunter, who used to be the coach at Joppatown back in the day.
Okay, Chuck's not coaching anymore, I take it then.
No, Justin Franklin, freshman.
Chuck was Bill Hunter's son?
Yeah, he was, yeah. And Mason Harvey, there's the other young man who we talked about, averaging 17.7 points per ball game, the senior forward. And Brad Halstead is a senior, the freshman, wearing number 13. That's the starting 5 for North Harford. Coached by Bill Jones.
One of the interesting matchups inside the game is Mason Harvey and Aiden Peterson. So
that will be fun to watch. Aiden Peterson, the number 0, about to be announced, the senior guard for Fallston. Mike Griffin, the junior, it's Mike Griffin Jr., the older son. I guess he's really the second oldest, since Mike has an older son, but not playing for him. There's John Worth, a junior that we're going to talk about in a minute. He's really come on this year, had a great year. Jordan Griffith, the freshman.
Yeah, Jordan Worth, he can shoot the basketball, so we're going to see that tonight.
Sean Kelly, 23. North Harford, I should say Fallston, has another player who is a returner. That's Oliver Schamberg. Oliver will be coming off the bench tonight. Bob, you think about it, they've got 4 starting players coming back off a team that was 14-10 last year. We're talking about Fallston.
Yeah, and the Schamberg, Oliver Schamberg had an excellent year last year as a player.
He did. We'll be seeing a lot of him tonight. We talked to Coach Mike Griffin about it, and he said that the coach's decision, he's going to bring him off the bench tonight, so that should be fun. Yeah, so it's Jason Brady, it's Charlie Hunter, Justin Franklin, Mason Harvey, and Brad Halstead for the green-clad North Harford visitors. Aiden Robinson, Mike Griffin, John Worth, Jordan Griffith, Sean Kelly for the white and orange Fallston Cougars, and we're just about, Bob, to get underway. 8-minute quarters.
I'm really looking forward to this. I really want to see Aiden Peterson and Mason Harvey play, and I want to see the contrast of the two teams.
Jason Brady with the ball, being hawked by his opposite number 1, Mike Griffin.
Junior, right?
Yeah, Mike Griffin Jr. Yeah, Dad is on the bench directing traffic. Nice pass inside. Oh, a little wild there, looking for the inside pass. Yeah, doesn't happen.
But that was the right idea.
Here comes Fallston now with no score. We're just underway, about 20 seconds into the game. It's Mike
Actually,
Griffin Jr.
Don, I saw Brad Halstead play in a summer program this year, and he's not bad as the freshman. He's going to come along for them.
That's a nice play there by Kelly. Had the shot almost blocked at the rebound. That's Kelly with the ball. Now Griffin looking for the shot, driving. Looking for Kelly again. This time it's intercepted by North Harford. Here come the Hawks in the hands of Justin Franklin, the freshman point guard. Driving, fouled. Going to the line will be Mason Harvey. Mason, the 17.7 points per ball game. He'll have a chance at 2 shots.
He actually goes downhill to the basket pretty well. Saw him in the summer also.
That foul was on Mike Griffin, obviously his first of the game. North Harford with a chance to take an early lead. And they do. Harvey cans the first one, gets the second.
Harvey has an interesting shot. It's almost like when he lets that go, it has to be perfect because it's so soft that it's got to come down in the right area, it seems.
High arcing shot.
Yeah.
That time it bounces around the rim and goes in. So 2-0 North Harford with the lead. Fallston looking to try to get back.
Well,
even.
North Harford's in a 3-2 or a 1-2-2 zone right now. Worth with the shot.
And Worth with the basket. He's got a three-pointer. We talked about Worth. He's come along this year. Last year, Bob averaged 6.5 points. This year, averaging 16.5.
Yes.
Dribbling it out of bounds.
That was nice defense right there.
It was, yeah. Forced him out. Justin Franklin not able to make that corner. Here come the Hawks up by 1. Actually up by we're tied. They said that his foot was on the line. Let's see what the officials are saying here. Now they do correct it. They make it 3. I thought that was an outside the circle. So it is 3-2. Good job by the official Jamal Robinson. The other official Gary Quill.
That was the freshman Jordan Griffin on that defense.
Yeah.
Nice pass right there.
Kelly can't control it, loses it. Taken away by North Harford into the hands of Jason Brady. Saving it inbounds. Looking for the shot. In and out it goes. Rebound comes to Fallston. That's Jordan Worth. John Worth, excuse me, John. Jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebound corralled by Fallston. Looking to try to get it off, and does get it off for the basket.
That was Worth with the rebound.
Aiden Robinson with the basket. It looks like, yeah, there's a inbounds violation by North Harford.
Yeah, he stepped over the line.
Yeah, so Fallston only gets the basket, but gets the ball back. Up by 5-2, they were down 2-0. Looking for that corner jumper again, long this time. Rebound North Harford. Brad Halstead. Pressure. North Harford breaks it easily. Spinning, shooting, fouled. That was Jason Brady. Who that foul was on, Bob? It looks like
23.
Yeah, so it's on Kelly. That's his first, team second. Brady shooting 2. We mentioned, Bob, 19.2 points per ball game, a 3-year starter, all county last year.
Well, that's a weird shot. He rolls the ball back off his fingers.
Bob, yeah, I was told if it goes in.
Yeah, I know, it's a great shot.
It's perfect form. You're right, that is unusual.
But it goes in, it went in twice, so.
4 for 4 is North Harford. Worth thinks about it, gets it back to Kelly. Kelly's double teamed inside.
Turn, look.
Worth again. Bob, is that kind of a matchup zone they got going there?
It's a 1-2-2 that they're getting in front of people. It looks like a matchup, but it's just basic straight 1-2-2.
Worth thinks about it.
There it is.
Gives it up to the corner, long on the jumper, doesn't draw iron.
Jordan Griffin there with a.
Yeah, Mike Griffin.
I didn't hear the air ball from the
from the home squad. You might not.
Probably not.
Open for the 3, short, front iron. Rebound pulled down, and a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to go against Justin Franklin.
There's one of the 2 or one of the 3 guys who hasn't scored a lot for North Harford, who took that 3. If that goes down, it will, if he puts that in the basket, it'll really help this North Harford team.
Yeah, 5-4. If you're down by a point with almost halfway through the first quarter, Bill Jones, you would not be totally upset.
No.
Worth gets, taken away. Nice interception. Well, good job getting in there and making the interception was Brad Halstead.
Well, he did exactly what he was supposed to do from the zone. He
Big block. Well, the foul is going to be called. Aiden Robinson. From here, Bob, it looked like he got ball, but the officials are a lot closer than I am.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can see any better.
Send cards and letters to Robert McCone. Shooting 2 more free throws. This is Harvey. Harvey has 2 points. Now he's perfect. North Harford is perfect. 5 for 5 from the line. We're tied at 5. 4:32 left here in this first period. Up and in.
Yeah.
You're right. That is a high arching shot. You don't
It
pitch
is.
it.
It's 4 for 4 though.
But it goes in, and we'll let it happen.
Ooh,
Little
that's
strong.
a tough pass.
Taken away. Good job by Harvey, saving it inbounds for North Harford. Yeah, that pass was pretty hard, huh, Bob? Corner. Tries to one-hand it.
Yeah, that was a
Nice recovery inside.
tough pass to make.
Let's see what the call is going to be.
Shot clock.
Not operating?
Well, it was at 28 seconds
Yeah,
before we looked up.
Yeah,
now it's back to 16 now.
Yeah, about halfway through the shot
It wasn't running. Oh, that's a back court.
That is a back court. It looks like he received it on one and jumped over.
He did.
No call.
Nope.
Looking for the three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound to Worth.
He shoots his three just like he shoots his free throws.
Except it didn't go in. From the corner, good. That by Jordan Griffin. The young man you said, Bob, was a shooter. 8-6 to lead. Nice reverse layup. Good job by Harvey. Harvey now with 6. Team's tied at 8. Inside, Robinson gets it back outside. Worth looking for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. What a rebound by Robinson. Pulls it down. Foul is going to be called. Let's see what it is. Officials are talking to one another. Well, I'm not sure what that call was. We're going to go explain it to the scorers table. I think it's going to be against Fallston.
Okay.
And is that the first foul on?
You know my old theory, Don. When in doubt, make it up.
that foul, they've got 13. I don't have a 13.
On whose team?
On Fallston.
We have a yes.
He came in the ball game. That's Curry. Caden Curry in the ball game. That was a call on him. North Harford with the ball, chance to take the lead. 3-minute mark coming up.
I don't know. I didn't see a 13 in the ball game. No. I saw a 23.
Chance to take the lead. Great block. Good block by Kelly.
Oh, that's 23. Yeah, a 3, a 23.
Now they listed 13 on the scoreboard, so I can't tell you the foul was on, but it was against Fallston. I can tell you that much. We're tied. 2 minutes and 45 and counting in the first. Driving, turning, shooting, won't go. Well, that was a tough shot by Jason Brady. We're tied 8-8, 2:30 and counting. From the corner, long, rebound North Harford. That's Jason Brady.
Caden Curry is the name in this scorebook that's 13. So
ball is blocked and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay. No, they're going to say it goes to Fallston. Good sportsmanship there as the white helps the green up.
Yeah, what kind of game is this when the opposition helps the other team up?
Bob, it's called sportsmanship. It's oh, good point. Get yourself up. I'm not helping you out. Worth with the drive.
Ooh, that was a carry.
You know, they don't make that call very often.
No, they don't.
From the corner, no good. That was Charlie Hunter with the long shot. Blocked into the ball game. New player for North Harford. That's Charlie Hunter. Charlie Hunter is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
I can't believe that. That was a pure clean block. Can't play any better than that.
On Jordan Griffin, the foul. Fallston with 4 fouls. Well, that net is awfully tight there.
It is.
It doesn't come through cleanly all the time. I want to jinx Mr. Hunter. Well, I did. I was going to say North Harford hasn't missed a free throw yet. They're leading by 1 at 9-8. All of their score except for 1 2-pointer on the free throw strike.
Now you say he's Chuck Hunter's son?
Yes.
Okay.
Fallston moving it around. Kelly. Back rim, no good.
They kind of live and die by the jump shot. I'm kind of surprised.
Oh, rebound Brady, but he gives it away. That's an unforced error. Oh, but then he blocks the shot, but the foul is called. That did look
What is it, automatic if you block a shot, it's a foul? That's 2.
Yeah, it looked like that was all ball from here. So Fallston will be shooting the first free throws of the night for the Cougars. This will be Joey Gross in the ball game. Joey will shoot 2.
Problem is the 2 fouls are on one of the best players on each team. I like those guys to stick around and make sure it's a good game.
coming in for Fallston, the new players. Number 12, and that is Braylon Gibson. Along with number 13, that's Caden Curry we were talking about before. Misses the second one. Rebound comes off into the hands of Harvey. Open for three, good from the corner. That's Oliver Schamberg in the ball game. We talked about him with the big average.
Well, he shot the ball very well last year. Not so well so far this year, but that was an excellent shot.
It's a great fake. Kelly for three, gets it. That's Sean Kelly for three. Tied game at 12. 51 seconds and counting left in the first. Nice spin. Great shot. Good play by Mike. Check it. By number one, Jason Brady.
Yeah.
Brady's got 4.
He does that well.
North Harford back up by 2.
Goes into to the basket on his right side and then spins to the left. And
rebound Kelly. Loses it. Gets it back. Loses it again. North Harford has it. They could hold it, Bob. They've got 20 seconds for the end of the quarter.
They won't.
Leading by 2. That wild one-hander doesn't go this time. 13 seconds. Time for a shot. Down to 10. Inside 10.
Coach Jones just had a year go off his life on that shot.
Driving. Nice takeaway by North Harford. It's good if it goes. It's going to be no good. And North Harford will lead by 2 as we go to the second period. North Harford up by 14-12. Bob, what have you seen in that first period?
Well, you know, I've seen an even basketball game, pretty much. I mean, the score reflects it. North Harford's got a little help from a couple other players, and it's really helped Mason Harvey and Jason Brady. And it's put them up by 2 at this particular point. And what I've seen from Fallston is a lot of threes, and yet they're a little bit bigger. And I haven't seen them really go inside and dominate where they have the opportunity to.
Again, we're talking about North Harford, who's lost 6 straight, Bob. They're coming in as decided underdogs here at Fallston. Yeah. The Cougars with a 5-3 record, and right now, if you're North Harford, you're really emboldened by what you see.
I tell you what, one thing, I know he sat Oliver Schamberg down and didn't start him today. Well, that might have lit a little fire in him, because Oliver came in and played very, very well so far. And the three-point shot he took that he made, it really looked good. So I'd be kind of maybe looking to get him another shot or 2 along the way.
Well, here we go. Fallston with the ball. A chance to, and it's taken away that quickly. And the dunk, putting it down, is Mason Harvey. Mason with 8 already. That was emphatic, Bob.
He was making a message. I think I know who you're sending the message to.
A 4-point lead for North Harford. Fallston looks a little befuddled right now. Foul is going to be called. That might be on Harvey.
It is.
That would be the second on him.
All he had was his hand on the ball. That's the.
Yeah, that's tough. Again, when you say one of your 2 best players now with 2 fouls, he's got to be careful.
And neither one of them were fouls. That's the.
Rolls it in. That's Braylon Gibson making the first. This is the second. Rebound by Harvey, who has the 2 fouls, so he's got to be careful. Wild pass taken away by Fallston. Blocked by Harvey. He's not taken careful.
He needs to be careful, because
in the
way
ball
the
game,
the officials are calling this game, you better be careful.
15, Yusef Alsadek in the ball game, number 15 for Fallston. Now with the ball,
Yusef.
Gibson. Driving. Can't get it. Yusef gets the rebound. Looking for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Here comes Fallston. Giving it up. Great give and great conversion there by Jason Brady. Brady was 6. A nice pass by Harvey that time.
I'm getting a little more impressed by him every play. He's doing a very, very, very nice job.
Brought the defense to him, found his teammate. Easy lay-in for Harvey. Harvey now with 8 points, 6 for Brady, and it is a 5-point lead for North Harford.
I've seen a lot of high school basketball this year, and a lot of college basketball, and there's a lot of...
Here you see the replay, Bob.
Nice bounce pass. Beautiful.
And didn't waste any time, didn't put the ball down, just put it right up left-handed.
Well, the nice thing is he's sharing the basketball with a teammate to make the team better. And we don't see a lot of that anymore. We see a lot of dribble drive, and I'm shooting it no matter what.
We talked about Patterson Mill, and they are the team to beat in this league. And that's what they do. They share the basketball. They play the game the way you and I grew up playing the game. That's looking for your teammate. Making the proper
Jared
pass.
Clark is an outstanding coach at Patterson Mill. And his program, he's had a very successful program for a long time now.
Never a losing season, Bob. That's something that even the great coaches like Coach K can't say. Driving.
Well, I don't know, Don. I always thought if my team had 6 losses, I was quitting in a season.
Well, good play by Fallston.
And if we had a losing season.
Well, that was Caden Curry who made that great play at the out of bounds line.
Oh, nice pass.
Alsadek gets the basket.
Yeah. Nice pass.
Alsadek. I like his name. Back within 3. Looking for 3. Won't get it off the back of the rim. Good takeaway by Fallston. North Harford's going to knock it out of bounds. Good play coming in and making that play is Schamberg. Take it to not Schamberg, but Charlie Hunter. Looking for 3 and getting it to go down. That is Joey Gross. Bob, I'm going to make a correction. I've given credit to number 2 for Fallston on that 3-pointer. It was really number 2, Charlie Hunter, for North Harford. Back in the first period, we were crediting Schamberg.
Yes.
I apologize for that.
Well, then I better say that it was Hunter who took an excellent shot.
Yeah.
Looked like a shooter.
Oh, good pass. Tough shot under the basket.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
Alsadek with the rebound. We're tied at 18. Coming up on the 5-minute mark.
Fallston's running a lot of motion.
Shot clock at 10. Alsadek thinks about it, gives it up. Looking for 3. Back of the rim, no good. A big rebound by Fallston. Good job by Gibson on that rebound.
That was a nice drive by Schamberg. Just had to finish it.
Tough shot, won't go. Brady a little off
Schamberg
balance.
lived by the theory, the shooter's theory. If it doesn't go down, try something different. Well, that's 0 for 4 now in a row. And
Harvey with that rebound. Remember, he has the 2 fouls. Almost taken away. What's the call? They're going to call a charge. That call on, let's see, that call on Brady.
Number 1.
That's Brady.
Yes.
That's his first. Fallston a chance to take the lead. I can't remember, have they had the lead yet, Fallston?
No.
They've been tied a couple of times. Driving, shooting, the rolling, won't go. Rebound tapped back out. North Harford gets it. That's Hunter.
Schamberg.
That's Hunter.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at
that's
the wrong
mistake
team.
I made to you.
Yeah, that's why
For
I'm making
3,
now.
in and out. It was halfway down for Brady and wouldn't go all the way. We're still tied at 18.
Okay.
Halfway through. Open for three, doesn't take it.
Worth does.
Worth can't get it to fall. Kelly with a great rebound and gets it to fall. Sean Kelly now has 5.
So Fallston's now taking the lead, Don.
That is their first lead in, I think, 2018. Let's see what the call is going to be. Looks like it's going to be
a holding foul.
Yeah. Good job by Harvey to avoid the charge, and then picks up the foul. Is that foul on Mike Griffin? That would be his second.
Yeah, it's a second.
So Griffin has 2, as does Mason Harvey. Taken away by Fallston. Cougars with a 2-point lead, chance to go up by 4 or more. Big pass inside Kelly.
Don't do it.
Oh, that's Harvey. And taken away. Good job by North Harford. That was Jacob Babick in the ball game. Number 22. Looking for 3, front of the rim. Babick with the rebound. Boy, he's played well off the bench, Bob. Won't go again. That one-handed, left-handed layup by Brady. 3, back of the rim. Kelly. That might have been a little over the back. Gets away with it. Good movement.
They moved the ball very well.
Open, no, don't take it.
Behind you, there you go, look at that.
Looking for the 3, get it! From the corner, Jordan Griffin, his second 3. His team now up by 5. With about danger time for North Harford.
It is. It really is. 2 minutes left in the half, and you want to keep this close.
Oh, tough 3, won't go, won't draw iron. Here comes Fallston. Driving, reverse layup, Kelly, tip, good. Sean Kelly. And now it is a 7-point lead for Fallston. Bob, they were down by 4 just about a minute ago, it seems. Up by 7. Taken away. North Harford has sort of come off the rails here. Driving one-hander, Kelly can't get the rebound. Fallston does, looking from the corner. It's a 3, it's good. That's Mike Griffin, his first 3 of the night. And it is now a 10-point lead for the Fallston Cougars.
Yeah, this is tough on North Harford right here. They really got to run something offensively where they get a good look in the basket to slow this. You know, they haven't scored for a while now. And when you get like that, really it's time for the coach to say, hey, we either got to take the timeout or we got to run a play.
You'll see that 3 from the corner right in the net. That's Mike Griffin Jr. Mike with his first 3 of the night, averaging 8.5 points a game.
We have to run a play where we get our best player the ball in a position where he can score so that we can stop the bleeding and, you know, maybe get our mojo back a little bit.
With the good news, Mason Harvey picked up his second foul maybe a minute into the second period. He's still on the floor with only those 2 fouls. So if you're looking for something positive, that you can say, well, at least Harvey is still there.
I would have said that at the half.
Yeah.
Because there's still 1:35.
Yep.
You know, and you don't want to go into the third period with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in with 2 if you could help it, but you
normally, if you're Bill Jones, you would have sat him down, but Jones really, honestly, doesn't have anybody to put in there to replace him.
At least not in his mind. I mean, that's.
Oh, great pass and great. Oh, it would not go. Rebound. Now it does fall. Good job there by 22, Jacob Babick. So the bleeding stopped for the moment, at least. Down by 8. From the corner. Oh, another 3. Beautiful shot by Jordan Griffin.
Yeah.
That's his third 3 of the night.
Yeah, he's been shooting it.
Up by 11. That's the freshman, remember, Harford County. From now on, you've got him in 3 more years. Kind of an off-balance shot by Harvey. North Harford will retain possession.
You know, Aiden Peterson hasn't played for a while in this half for Fallston. I hope he's okay. I don't know what the story is.
Harvey cut off, gets it back out front. Robinson, he just can't get the 3-pointer to fall. Lucky Hunter gets the ball, and a long rebound, shoots it and gets it. Big shot.
Young Hunter is
having
he's having the ball game right now.
Gets his team back within 8 at 31-23. 25 seconds left in the half. Wild pass. North Harford just what they needed. 20 seconds left. Can they convert? From behind the block, no call.
They called how many calls with hand on the ball, and called that a foul. And then when the kid gets banged.
From behind. North Harford retains possession. Now it's to be called a jump, and possession arrow goes to Fallston. The Cougars will get the ball with 10.8 seconds left. Tough break for North Harford there. But a chance to cut that lead down. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, driving, shooting, no good rebound. That's where we'll end the half with the 31-23 lead by the Fallston Cougars. Bob,
good half.
It was. Now, explain to the folks what happened. North Harford has a 4-point lead, and then they got an 11-point deficit in a period of 2.5 minutes. What happened?
Fallston really took over. I mean, they started to control the boards. They played better defensively, and North Harford, took some pretty decent shots that didn't go down. And the only thing I can say about that is I'd like to know what their shooting percentage is each individual from three, because if you don't shoot a certain percent, you really shouldn't be shooting threes, because it's like a turnover.
Well, we are at the half now, and you see that score of 31-23, Fallston leading. Don't go away. We'll come back with the second half action in just a moment. Well, we're back with you for the second half of this great game, Fallston and North Harford. And Bob, it really has been a very interesting and provocative game where North Harford, surprisingly, the underdog, took a lead of 4 points and then looked like they were in good shape. And then Fallston took over midway of that second period.
Yeah, North Harford was up like 18-15 or something like that, and then all of a sudden it went on. Fallston went on a run of about 16 to, I don't know, 7 or something like that, and it's put Fallston up by 8 points at the time. Aiden Peterson, the one senior player who's very good for Fallston, he sat out most of the second period because of 2 fouls, and the coach decided to sit him to protect him.
Yep.
And so now he's got, he can play now. He's got 3 fouls still to give.
Boy, that 3-point shot for Fallston in that second period. They have, 4 3-pointers. Jordan Griffin had 2 of them. He's got 3 3-pointers for the night, 9 points, leading all scorers. Also 3 for Joey Gross and a 3 for Mike Griffin Jr. And so that was really the backbone of how Fallston was able to, take the lead and sort of put this game not away, certainly, but a comfortable 8-point lead here at the halftime. Mike
Griffin Jr., who's a freshman, is playing very well.
Yeah, that's his brother Jordan is the freshman, right?
Or I'm sorry, Jordan. Sorry. Yeah, Jordan shot the ball well and played well.
He's got the 9 points to Jordan.
Yeah, and Mike has just been solid.
Yeah,
like he plays.
Well, the 5-3 Fallston Cougars again. They're one of those teams that's building. Got a lot of young players on this team, so a team that can get better. North Harford with 2 really quality players trying to fill in and find themselves here. Oh, taken away right away. What a play by Fallston, and they get the point.
Mike Griffin, yeah.
That is Mike Griffin you talked about, Bob. He has played a solid game. Sort of a telegraph pass. He knocked it away, got the layup.
Well, Fallston's in a 2-3 now. They changed their zone up. They're in a 2-3.
Griffin again, Bob. He takes a second steal.
Look
2
over.
steals.
He's looking good job.
2 steals within the first, 10 seconds, 20 seconds? Yeah. Wow. That's impressive.
Look under.
That's Robinson back in the ball game. He's looking for 3. And off the front of the rim, no good. Kelly saves it, gets it back in, but it comes to North Harford.
Well, that's a rule. You always save the ball under your own basket and throw it your own, and hopefully one of your guys grabs and puts the ball in the basket real quick.
Looked like that was a foul they called against Fallston. Trying to see who they called it on. On number 4, yeah, that's Worth. That's his first. Nobody in real foul trouble. 2
no,
fouls
not now.
Harvey has the 2 fouls, and Robinson for Fallston has the 2 fouls. Also, Mike Griffin has 2 fouls. Nobody with 3 at this point. Fallston gets the ball back. Leading by 10, minute into the 3rd period.
Looks to me like Jordan Griffith's going to grow a bit.
As a freshman.
Yeah.
Griffin stops, gets blocked. That's a freshman. A freshman on a freshman doing the blocking. And the layup. Well done. That's by Jason Brady. He's now got 8. Good job defensively. And this young man has 2 fouls, Harvey. Worth shooting the 3. Don't give him that shot.
He's a good shooter.
John Worth now, he's got his 2nd 3. Back up by 11. That's where we were starting the half. Good pass underneath. Oh, nice conversion. Good pass by Brady and a nice conversion by Franklin.
Was a very nice pass by Brady.
Franklin's first 2 of the night. Franklin with the interception on the loose ball. Looking for 3. Doesn't fall. Rebound to Robinson. Back within 9 is North Harford. Griffin, you notice a little brace on his left hand, Bob. We're talking about that injury he had. You able to play with it?
Yeah, we're talking about Mike Griffin now.
Yeah.
That's Jordan right there.
Yeah.
Boom!
Down goes Jordan. Jordan has 12. Ooh, I like your boom, Bob. That was good.
Yeah.
What do you like? Well, gosh, my mind went dead. Who was the boom guy?
I don't know.
Football?
You know, I was going to say whoosh, but
yeah. Somebody in the booth will tell me. Well, Chris Berman did the back. John Madden.
John Madden, it was John Madden.
The boom guy. Sometimes your old brain just, things get lost, Bob, somewhere inside there. Driving, stopping, popping, won't go. It's Mike Griffin.
Mason Harvey with the rebound.
Stopping
and taking
and
to the basket.
It. Mason
nice
Harvey.
European jump.
Yeah, that
2-foot stop.
Yeah, that European step, that's become popular, especially in the NBA.
Well,
timeout for Fallston.
You get extra space when you do it, and people usually stand in front of you. So when you make European hop, it's really to the side. So you take that extra hop to the side, you go around the person and come back in.
And when you watch it, Bob, you would swear it's a walk.
Yes.
You would swear that he's taken an extra step, but no, he stops on 2 feet and then leaps, and before he comes down, releases the ball.
Yep.
Here we see it. So watch how he does this. Stop, jump, release. I tell you, our crew the best, huh?
They're the best.
They are the best.
Absolutely the best.
Yeah. We talk about it, they show it.
Yes. They don't have to talk about it. They just
show
live
it anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, we like it. Fallston High School, again, thanking Patrick Mull. I tell you, do you know Patrick?
I do not.
What a wonderful AD he is. He's the kind of guy that is here to help you.
Really?
Yeah, some ADs are like, oh, what do I have to do now? Patrick says, what else can I do to help you? That I like. It's always a pleasure coming here to Fallston. No foul called. A good rebound. Good job by Kelly. Kelly hung with it. Kelly's now got 9.
Maybe they took the P out of their whistle in halftime. I don't know.
Off the back of the rim, no good. Jason Brady. And if folks don't know what we're talking about, in a whistle, there is a little item that looks like a P.
And you need it for the whistle to sound like a whistle.
Yeah. In case you're wondering what my partner was talking about, taking the P out of the whistle. Turn around. Oh, nice shot. Good job by Aiden Robinson.
I was very curious to see Aiden play in the post, and that was a nice move right there.
Yeah, he sort of maintained his pivot foot, went left, went right. That's a tough thing to teach, Bob, to a center, to be able to keep that pivot foot down and make that turn left and right.
It's not tough if he wants to play.
Fallston, that's Braylon Gibson, number 12 in the ball game. Also, Oliver Schamberg, number 2, is in the game for Fallston.
They took Mike Griffith out, and it looks like they took 23 out.
Yeah, 23, Sean Kelly.
Yeah. I wonder which Kelly family he's related to.
You know, we were talking to Mr. Kelly, the granddad, early before the game, and it is, the Kellys have been in Fallston forever.
Is that, oh.
Off the back of the rim, no good. You're asking me, who couldn't remember John Madden?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
Still with the ball, looking for 3. Oh, it goes in! Rolls around and goes down. Jordan Griffin, he now has 15 points. Bob, that's called a home court rim.
Yeah, that's called a nice touch.
It was. Ball out of bounds, it'll stay here with North Harford.
He's a nice player, I like him.
You're talking about Jordan Griffin?
Yeah, I do.
As a freshman, a 6-foot freshman, Bob, the coach's son.
Well, the coach was a really good player, and this kid's got some genes.
From the corner, short, no good. We're talking to Michael Griffin Sr. about coaching 2 sons, pulling up and shooting the logo 3, Caitlin Clark style. That time Worth not able to make it. Back out looking for 3, back of the rim, no good. Nice rebound over the back, doesn't touch him. Aiden Robinson. Anyhow, I asked Mike about coaching his sons, and he said, well, you know, it's fun. I've coached them since they were little kids. And he says, you know, it gets interesting sometimes, but, you know, he's such a good guy. We're talking about Mike Griffin, that, you know, anything he's going to do is to help his sons.
And they know it also, but it's still tough coaching your sons.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sort of a limit there. Tie up. The possession error will stay with Fallston. Bob, there's probably very few basketball players who remember, basketball fans will remember when that was a jump ball, when you had a tie-up.
Yes.
How long ago was that, 20 years, 30 years?
20-something, at least.
What a great change in basketball to keep the game moving.
Well, you know why they made the change?
Because
the officials can't throw the ball up straight.
Well, taken away, and now it's going to be called another jump ball. This time it will go to North Harford. No, you're right. You know, before 1936, Bob, after every basket, they had a jump ball.
I know.
Can you imagine?
And they had 3 officials. One was 6'8", one was 6'3", and the other was 5'7", and the 5'7" guy was always throwing it up in the air.
But I'm talking about in basketball before 1936, every basket you stopped and had a jump ball. Now, folks who watched women's basketball won't remember that at one point she could dribble twice and had to pass. And you had 3 players on each side.
And 3 couldn't go to the other side.
That's crazy. I think Iowa still had that up until, what, about a decade ago?
Oh, more, yeah. It wasn't much before that. Nice pass right there.
Oh, take it away. With good hands. Good job by Fallston's Caden Curry, 13.
Yes.
Curry, the junior, 5'9" in the ballgame.
I like what Coach Griffin is doing now. He substituted all 5 of his starters.
Great basket.
And he's still getting consistent play from his players that are in now.
That was Joey Gross. Joey Gross with that basket.
Yeah.
And
you got Schamberg on the, Schamberg on the foul here on Mason Harvey.
And that's going to be a 20-point lead now for Fallston.
Yeah, unfortunately for North Harford, the game is kind of falling apart now.
Brock Bell Castro in the ball game, number 31. If that name sounds familiar, almost taken away, and no, retained by North Harford. Good job by Brady. Bell Castro, back of the rim, no good. That's Bell Castro with the takeaway. Well, you know, in 1994, when we first started doing, let's see what happens with this shot off the back of the rim. Bell Castro with another rebound.
His father never had that many in a year. My buddy Tony, great man, Tony
Bell Castro, who was on one of the first telecasts we ever did, 1994. He was the quarterback for the Bel Air High School
Yes,
Bobcats.
he was.
Number 4. And we were talking today. That's
he played point guard on their basketball team.
That's 32 years ago, Bob.
Yes. He was the Al Sesky Scholarship winner from Bel Air High School that year.
Yeah. Oh, nice rebound, nice. That is Mr. Youssef Alsadek making that two-point conversion.
And he's one of the nicest people you'd ever know.
You're talking about Tony Belcastro?
I am.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I said, Tony, why don't you come up to the booth here and we'll get you on air. He said, no, this is the kids' time to shine. I said, well, I'm going to mention your name because, you know, again, I think back to those first telecasts we did. He was not a big guy, but he played quarterback at Bel Air and played it tremendously well. He was one of those guys that just cared about other players. You could tell it.
Tony is just an awful caring person. I mean, he really is. And he may not have been tall in stature, but he played big, and he had a big heart. And he was a tough kid on the. I mean, I watched him on the basketball court mostly. He was a tough kid on the court to play. So
you cross the line and you become a great guy, but then once you get across the line, like we were talking when the one team was helping the other team up,
right?
That doesn't happen, not normally. You know, your friends want you across the line.
A lot of these kids know each other. They play against each other and with each other in AAU team things. And in some cases, just like helping another teammate up because you play with them all the time. You know, and he is a teammate in other teams. And
51-29 now as we enter the final period. And folks wouldn't believe it unless they saw the game that midway through the second period, North Harford was leading by 4 points. And it turned around.
I really like what Coach Griffin's doing right here with Fallston. He's really getting emotion offense. He's making everybody go and everybody move and getting the ball. Everybody's getting a touch of the basketball.
And the numbers, Bob, are numbers you haven't seen. They're people that came off the bench.
Yeah, well, this is his whole bench here.
Alsadek, rebound. And the foul is going to be called.
He only has 11 players on the team right now. And you know, so the other 6 were the starting 5 and the first sub. So these are the rest of the guys on the bench, and they're playing, and they're playing just like the starters are playing.
Yep, because they want playing time.
Oh, they want to show the coach they can play.
Braden Warfield, number 21, in the game for North Harford. Warfield says, hey, I've been on the bench. I'm going to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, I got to get my shot.
Unfortunately for Braden, it does not go in. Caden Curry, who's played a great game off the bench for the Fallston Cougars.
There's a cutter. Give it to him. Nice play.
That was a great play. Getting numbers for you. The number 3 converting it was Joey Gross. The pass came from Oliver Schonberg.
It was I don't know who it came from, but whoever set the screen for him did an excellent job of freeing him and giving him the ability to get around the corner with the defender, putting the defender behind him.
There was Gary Quill making that call, and it was the proper call. The attempt to try to hold the pivot foot by Brady, unable to do so.
See, here it is again, but except he didn't set the screen this time.
Alsadek cut off.
Yeah, he's got a back door and go so they can go around. Now here comes a cutter.
Inside 10. Foul is going to be called, and I think that's going to be on Brock.
And Schanberg's going to the line.
Brock Belcastro. Kind of looks like his dad, doesn't he? Handsome guy.
A bit.
Yeah. We're expecting money from Tony, by the way. We've called him handsome, great.
No, you call him handsome.
Good boy. Let the record show.
You're expecting money from Tony. I know Tony. You're not getting any money.
Oliver Schanberg makes the free throw. A good guy, but not generous, is what you're saying.
No, he is very generous.
Not saying that.
He's a good man.
That's Schanberg now, who's averaging 9.5 points a game, gets his first 2 of the night. Lead now up to 55-29. 26-point lead. From the corner, and there it is. Belcastro gets it to go down. He gets his first 3 of the night. Good pass by Harvey.
I haven't seen Tony here tonight.
He's here, but he's being very incognito.
Incognito,
huh?
huh?
Yeah, Besides that, it's in Fallston.
I'll see him after the game then and tell him that his son probably hit one more three than he ever did.
That's Harvey with the basket. He's got 12 now.
Whoa, that's a nice screen.
Off the hands and out of bounds it goes. That was Joey Gross who said, hey, good pass. It was my fault. I didn't catch it. Robinson back in the game, along with Mike Griffin Jr.
Well, who's number 3? He came in the ball game too, it looks like.
Yeah, that's Joey Gross. Yeah, Joey's been in the game off and on. Yeah, he's played really well. Joey has 9 points on the night.
Good.
Off
Good
the
for
bench.
Joey. Man, 19-point game.
34.
In the middle of the second half, I didn't think this was going to be a 19-point game.
Out of bounds it goes. It will stay with North Harford. Brady. Double teamed. Taken away. That's Schamberg. Schamberg lays it in. He's now got 4. Schamberg coming off the bench. Well, that's a nice thing to have somebody like that to come off the bench, huh? Looking for 3. No good.
Mason Harvey hasn't. I don't think he's made a 3 tonight.
He has not. You're right. He's got 12 points. Well, give Harvey credit. He has played hard on both ends of the floor, Bob. Got those 2 fouls early.
He has. It's hard to make a judgment on him because I'm not sure how many players have his ability that are on the floor for them. And if you play with players who have the same ability, then you can see your ability come out. And when you don't, then you've got to raise the other player's ability.
Harvey off that stanchion, so it'll be no good. But you're right, he has had a tough night shooting the 3.
Yeah.
In the ball game, number 24, Braden Rayner for North Harford, the junior.
And if he's going to play at the next level at his size, he has to knock down 3s. Unless he gets bigger and stronger and can go inside and pound inside. I'm not sure he could do that.
Officials call time. Got everything straightened out. Now we're ready to go again. Robinson, captain of the team too, Bob. If that goes, that is a Caitlin Clark shot, and that is good by John Worth. Worth has 9 points, all 9 points coming on 3s.
Well, that was a nice dribble drive and a nice kick out for the 3.
And that is Braden Rayner just in the ball game with 2. Almost up and down. Worth says, I did it once, I'll just do it again.
Tell him he can shoot it.
He's got 12, 4 3s.
Well, Jordan Worth, he's a junior. What he needs to do from this year when the season ends to beginning of next year is he needs to play point guard somewhere on an AAU team, and he needs to work on his ball handling, and he needs to lift and get stronger, and he'll have people come after him because of the way he shoots.
That was Brady, by the way, with a 3-pointer. His first 3 of the night. He's got 11 for North Harford.
Yeah.
23-point lead by the Cougars. Nice little one-handed layup. That's Brady. Brady's now got
he's actually
13.
played better under control than the last time I saw him play.
Robinson. Good block inside. Good job off the bench there by 32. Jordan Lucas with the block. Thinking about the 3, he says, why not? Well, that's why not. If you're not going to make it. Worth, oh, great body control by Worth. He's got 7 in this quarter alone, now with 13 in the game. 23-point lead for the Cougars. Spinning one-hander. Layup, rolls around, won't go in. Brady. Here comes Worth.
You see Worth protect the basketball there?
Oh, what a nice change of pace dribble. Bob, he has got 6, 8, 10 points in this period. I didn't have 10 points in my career. Come on. He's got 10 points. Yep. That is your classic charge. And the officials pick up on it, and they say it is a charge, a penalty, call against Brady. Good job of selling it too, Bob, don't you think?
Yeah, that was Michael Griffin Jr. I'll tell you what. He took the shot, went down, and all he did was, it was a basketball play. I'll get up, and there was a substitute, and he went to the bench.
Yep.
And no words, no being upset, just let's play.
And again, that comes from parentage. You're taught to play the game the right way. Michael Griffin Sr., of course, being his dad. Ex-Edgewood Ram, all-state basketball player, state champion basketball player. Worth, fadeaway jumper. Who is this guy, Bob?
He's a player. Like I said, he's got to get some point guard experience or he's got to grow to be a two-man.
He's got 12 points in his fourth period. Total of 18 for the game. Rebound, North Harford. Takeaway. Brock Del Castro. Looking from the corner, no good. Rebound to Worth. You mentioned Jordan is just a junior, so as you said, he's got time to develop over the summer, both physically and his game as well, Bob.
Yeah, he has to do that. He really has to play some point guard because even at the Division III level, there's a lot of two men that are 6'3", and then the guys who are 5'10", 6 foot, they're like 185 pounds, and they're quick and they're strong. And
there you see the Fallston coaching staff. Mike Griffin, senior, in the middle. He tells me that he keeps in touch with Coach Bob Slagle, who was his coach that directed Edgewood to that 1997 state championship. Talk about good people, Mr. Bob Slagle, former colleague of ours at Aberdeen High School.
Athletic director at Aberdeen High School.
And at Edgewood.
And at Edgewood, assistant basketball
and
coaches.
Taught history.
Taught history.
Yeah, he did.
Was an official, big-time official.
Yeah.
Football official. And a good man.
Good man, yeah. Yeah, he really was. And still is.
Yep.
Lives now in Norfolk near his grandkids. So.
Yeah, his one granddaughter. Her husband's an Navy officer, I'm sorry. And he's out on shore, or he's out on ship duty out at sea. Look up. There it is.
There it is. Good pass. Nice conversion. Good job by Caden Curry finding Braylon Gibson, and Gibson gets the basket. Bob, coming down to the final 30 seconds of this game, it has been all Fallston up to the middle part of that second period.
Take your shot.
Gibson with that rebound.
Game's over now. Game's over. Pad your statistics, quick.
No, Bob, if your player did that, you'd be so mad at him. Yeah. Well, there it is. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, and that will be our final score here from Fallston. 71-42. The Cougars go to 6-3 on the year. North Harford, their 7th straight loss. They are now 2-8. Bob, your thoughts about the game?
Well, my first thought is I don't know what to tell Coach Jones at North Harford, because when you lose 7 in a row and you get beat like you got beat tonight, encouraging words. You really have to dig down and figure out how to try to stop the tide. Yeah. And that's really, really difficult.
And Bob, as a coach, it's easy to motivate a team and be up when you're winning. But
everything's easy when you're winning.
When you're losing and there are no prospects of getting a whole lot better, wow, that's when character comes out, character of the coach, character of the players. You know that you're playing for each other. Maybe you're not going to win a lot of games, but let's try to get better.
And let's do it the right way and be good about it. And it's very, very difficult.
Well, John Worth, the young man who came in averaging 16.3 points per game, Bob, had 6 points coming into the fourth period. He wound up with 18. That's not bad.
No. Hey, if he scored 12 a period, he could have had 48.
18 points is the leading scorer for the game, John Worth. For North Harford, Jason Brady had 13 and 12 for Mason Harvey. Nobody else, there was Jordan Griffith had 15 for Fallston. He had 9 for Sean Kelly and 9 for Joey Gross. And that is the top scorers in the game. Bob McCone, it has been fun, and it was a very entertaining and competitive game for a period and a half. And after that, Fallston, which is a quality team with a lot of quality players, showed their strength.
Excellent coaching. Mike Griffith has done an excellent job having those kids play together and respecting each other and honoring each other's ability on that team, and him giving everybody a shot. The players down the bench got to play a lot tonight, and they proved that they should be able, that they can play and they're a part of the team. And so it's a real positive for Fallston High School basketball.
Well, thanks for tuning in. As always, Don Morrison with my partner Bob McCone. It has been a pleasure. Our final score from Fallston, the Cougars winning by a final score of 71-42. Good night, everyone.
Good night.